As a lot of people hit the road for the holidays, we'll look at how travel this year is different from previous years. Reaction to the Kansas State High School Activities Association vote to move forward with winter sports on schedule.
The 4 states' most watched news starts now.
Tomorrow is Thanksgiving, and that means some 4-staters are hitting the road for the holiday. This is KOAM News at 6. KOAM's Chris Warner joins us live from Highway 69 just south of Pittsburgh with more.
Well, drivers will be hitting the road this Thanksgiving, but there's a couple of things that may make traveling a bit easier. Officials with the Kansas Highway Patrol say they're expecting roads to be a little clearer this year than they have been in the past.
I don't expect there to be as many traveling this holiday. I've talked with some other people and they're telling me that they're probably just going to do things closer to home this time due to the COVID-19.
Another added perk to this holiday season, whether you're traveling to see family or just getting from point A to point B in your daily routine, is the lower gas prices, which is something college student Taylor O'Brien has been enjoying.
It's been very helpful, especially with being in college, making that commute back and forth. It's been able to allow me to be a little more flexible in the things that I need to spend for my tuition and my supplies for school.
Eli Oldham also commutes, but for work, and the low prices have been helping him save as well.
Driving back and forth from work, I've got give or take a 30-minute commute, so it's nice to be able to save a little bit here and there.
Now, whether or not he's going to spend any of that for the holidays, though,
it depends on how nice my brothers are to me, but I might.
Now, Trooper Wingate says there's something else they've noticed, and officials with the Missouri Highway Patrol say they've seen the same thing. People not maintaining their lanes while driving, causing crashes.
We're just making sure that our troopers out on the road this weekend are watching for those types of violations so that they can stop the people, find out if they're driving distracted or if they're tired. If they are tired, we want them to pull over and get some rest before they travel on, or if they're under the influence or if they're impaired.
Now, if you are traveling this long weekend, officials with KDOT and MoDOT say they've got crews working to make sure that rest stops and travel centers are well stocked, clean, and safe for those on the road. Now, KDOT officials also recommend taking some hand sanitizer along with your usual travel supplies, just in case. So reporting live from Highway 69, just south of Pittsburgh, Chris Warner, KOAM News.
All right, Chris, you be careful out there. Thanks. Travelers in the area will experience some nice weather tomorrow. Doug Heddy joins us now with a first look at the weather from his home. Doug.
Yeah, Dal, it's going to be a lot better than what we have seen over the past couple days as we have been socked in with the clouds across the region. And of course, we had the rain, the severe thunderstorms that we had last night. But today, it's just kind of gloomy. The clouds outside. You can't see the back edge of the clearing now working through the Kansas and Oklahoma side. We're going to clear out, but unfortunately, right behind it, we're going to have fog building back in, but if you look out to the west, there's not too much going on. That's an indication that the next couple days look pretty good. It is chilly right now, 38 to about 40 degrees, and it looks like we're going to be dropping back into the 30s as we work through the overnight hours. I do think that fog will start to build in by 8, 9, 10 o'clock this evening. So if you are going to be on the roadways, watch out for that. Of course, we're going to look at Thanksgiving and our next storm system here in just a little bit.
All right, we'll catch you in a few. Thanks, Doug. The Kansas High School winter sports season will begin as scheduled after a vote from the Kansas State High School Activities Association Board of Directors on Tuesday. The board voted 53-22 to allow the winter sports season, including basketball and wrestling, to begin on December 1st. While the season will begin on time, the association voted to not allow fans at events until after January 28th. The board also voted to have a break in competition that stretches from December 23rd to January 7th, a week longer than originally scheduled.
I like to have practice on New Year's Day to make sure that my kids are going out and keeping their nose clean New Year's Eve. And to take that away, those kids are still going to go out and congregate. And I just think that was one of those that didn't really set well with me, but that's the way it was.
Tonight at 10, we're going to hear a reaction from local teams about not having fans at the start of this season. Oklahoma and 5 other states will participate in pilot projects to better coordinate investigative efforts surrounding cases of missing or murdered indigenous peoples. The Department of Justice project created protocols for all investigative agencies to work together and with victims' families when American Indian or Alaska Native jurisdictional boundaries are crossed. Similar projects are planned in Alaska, Michigan, Minnesota, Montana, and Oregon. Preliminary data from the Missouri Department of Conservation show that deer hunters in Missouri harvested more than 176,000 deer during this portion of firearms deer season. Of the deer harvested, 95,654 were antlered bucks, 16,045 were button bucks, and 64,905 were does. Those numbers are down a bit from last year, but the Department of Conservation says they're impressive given some unforgiving weather to start the season. Still ahead, a Topeka, Kansas hospital says it's reached its limit on COVID-19 patients. And Mercy in St. Louis says its ICU is nearly at capacity. We're going to get a look at how both hospitals are handling the surge. Storm & Vale Hospital in Topeka says it's at capacity for COVID-19 patients. The hospital says they have 100 patients across different areas of the hospital. They're not only dealing with a high number of patients, but they're doing it while short-staffed. The hospital says 112 staff members, including doctors and nurses, have tested positive for COVID-19 and are not working.
It's influenza season, it's cold flu season, and this started kind of the tail end of that. So there are speculations that it would start increasing. I was hopeful it would not get to this point, but here we are, and we're trying our best.
This is the first big spike the hospital has seen since a spike after the 4th of July. The hospital expects a 20% increase in COVID patients in the next 2 weeks. Mercy Hospital in St. Louis fears it'll soon reach capacity. The hospital allowed Casey Nolan from the CBS affiliate in St. Louis into the hospital's ICU to see what they're facing.
I'll be hanging out out. Okay. Just tell me where to go. Let me go get my stuff. Okay.
This is what trying to hold the front line looks like against an enemy that knows no ceasefire and grows stronger every day. For 8 months, healthcare workers have waged this war behind closed hospital doors. Until now.
These are the COVID patients right around us now.
Yep, these are the COVID patients.
Monday, Mercy Hospital St. Louis granted Five on Your Side access to its ICU at a time when the region's pandemic task force reports St. Louis hospitals are in danger of running out of room for the most critical COVID patients.
At any time of the day or night, they can call and say, we're out of beds.
You're improvising on a daily basis?
On an hourly basis.
Because the virus is airborne and highly contagious, doctors and nurses have strict requirements for personal protective equipment, and patient rooms have specialized ventilation to keep air from escaping the room.
There are 12 rooms in this part of the ICU. They are all full. They can make more room on other floors, but they can't make more doctors and nurses.
The hospital has converted rooms to handle more COVID cases, but caring for just one critical patient can require several nurses and doctors.
You want me to grab you like 5 milligrams?
And like all of the hospitals in the St. Louis region, there's concern this current surge of COVID cases could soon mean too many patients for the staff to take care of. Patients like Steve Jeffrey, who says he contracted COVID despite a self-quarantine.
Not seeing my wife is very difficult. I mean, the people here. The people here have been great and been very friendly, but still, it's not family.
Yeah, so it's gotten busier in the last couple weeks. There's no question about it.
It doesn't take long inside the ICU to realize COVID is taking an emotional toll on the staff, too.
Yeah, and sometimes that's the hardest part. That was the hardest part for me back in April, just isolating completely from everybody. It's just hard to be here and then go back home and not really have much to go back home to.
But they keep coming to work and keep hoping that those who will likely never see their sacrifice will make some of their own.
They need to stay home, and they need to wear their mask, and they need to listen to the science.
Do you worry that it could get to the point where you have to turn people away?
I think it's a concern for everyone, and I think it's a concern for the entire city.
Again, that was Casey Nolan reporting. Doug Hetty is up next with his complete forecast. Plus, we're going to check in on your responses to our KOAM News Now Instapoll question about your favorite parts of the Thanksgiving turkey. And a little later, florists say they're seeing an increase in demand this Thanksgiving. We're going to find out why.
Well, it definitely turned out to be another gloomy day for us today after the showers and thunderstorms. Severe weather for us last night, but since midnight, only 3/100ths of an inch. About 3.5 inches for the month, and for the year, we're sitting at 45 inches of rain. But let's look ahead. Now the rain is out of here. It's going to be a great Thanksgiving. It is going to be a little cooler for the holiday weekend, and we do have rain chances rolling in by the time we head into Sunday. Of course, you can get my long-range forecast on my month-long blog. That is KOAMnewsnow.com. 50s yesterday, but as the cooler air rolled in, we've been sitting mainly into the 40s most of the day. So it's been kind of chilly across the region. And it's cold right now, 37, 38, 39, 40 degrees. We'll drop back into the low to mid 30s a little bit later on tonight. I do think we're going to get the fog building in. We're sitting at 40 right now, but you can see our humidity is at 89%. So as that continues to go up through the evening hours, that fog is going to start to build. Our temperatures will drop back through the 30s again, most of us 33, 34 degrees for an overnight low. But at least the clouds are starting to break up. They're starting to push off toward the east. You can see the back edge of the clearing on the Kansas and the Oklahoma side. Unfortunately, once the clouds roll out, then the fog builds in behind this whole storm system wrapping up, heading away from us. Next system building out across the northern parts of the Rockies, and this will start to affect us by the time it's really going to come out in two chunks. So a little chunk on Friday, bringing us cooler air, and then some rain chances Saturday night and into Sunday. For us tonight, low 30s. The fog will burn off. It's going to turn out to be a fantastic day for us tomorrow. Look at this. We're going to go all the way into the 60s. We'll be about 20 degrees warmer tomorrow. 59 by noon, high temp is 64. Then this cold front will start to slide in tomorrow night. We'll get some clouds. We may even get a random sprinkle or two. And then as we head into Friday, the clouds will start to break. It's just going to be cooler as we only have high temps into the mid 50s by Friday afternoon. Here's that next system. Saturday night into Sunday morning, that could give us a few random showers. But besides that, we're pretty quiet, at least over the next several days. But look at Thanksgiving. You really can't beat it. In fact, let's break it down. Obviously, it's a weird year with COVID. I do know a lot of families are going to do outside Thanksgiving to social distance, and a pretty good one to do it. 59 by noon, 64 by 3. We'll drop back to 57 during the evening hours. Cooler on Friday, and then those rain chances sneak in by the time we head into Saturday night and Sunday morning, and then kind of cold most of next week.
Doug, this is a time of year when we count our blessings and we think of family, and I know people all over the 4 states would love to know how your son Christian is doing.
He's doing pretty good. In fact, Christian, come over here, and I'll get you too. He got a nice little cancer dog. This is Bowie, and Christian's going to have chemo next week. It's going to be his 9th round. He's had 9 surgeries in 5.5 months, so he's one tough little cookie. But yeah, he's doing okay. We're getting ready for the holidays, and he's going to actually take off most of December from chemo so he can have a good Christmas, right, buddy? Mm-hmm. Yeah, but he's doing well.
Excellent. Tens of thousands of people following Christian on social media. Good to see the two of you together. We will be thinking of you and your family over Thanksgiving. Hope you have a good one.
Thanks, Doug.
Thanks, Doug. You wouldn't normally think of Thanksgiving as a busy time of year for florists, but this year it is. We talked to area florists today who say they're seeing an increase in orders. Some attribute it to people decorating early for Christmas. Others say the uptick in sales is due to families being apart for the holiday.
A little bit different this year. They're not getting together with their family. I had a lady and her daughter in, and she said it's just going to be a few of them and her mother, and they got flowers for her mother because her other children were not going to be able to come. So,
flower shops also reported strong sales at the beginning of the pandemic. But now today's KOAM News Now Insta poll. What's the best part of the turkey? We launched this poll during our 5 o'clock news. A lot of you have weighed in. 58% say you prefer the white meat. 34% dark meat, 8% don't like turkey. Those are the numbers so far, but you can vote at KOAMNewsNow.com/vote or through the KOAM News Now mobile app. Results are updated live, and we're going to get a final check on the results in a bit. Still ahead, a Kansas City church deals with several incidents of vandalism, but they say their message won't change. We're going to hear what they have to say to whoever's doing the damage. Members of a Kansas City church say it's been vandalized twice in the past month because of its support for Black Lives Matter. But broken windows and the shredded Black Lives Matter sign have not changed their dedication to the cause of social justice. Nathan Vickers has that story.
With rain moving in, the congregation of the South Broadland Church has to work quickly, fitting cardboard to the broken windows they found this morning.
It feels like someone's trying to make a point.
To Todd Moore, this church feels like family.
It's filled with love and warmth.
A family first targeted on election night.
They came and just cut it from the frame.
Someone ripped up a Black Lives Matter banner they'd hung out front. A GoFundMe campaign raised enough money for a new one. It went up just yesterday.
And then the day after the banner being reinstalled, many of the windows in the church were broken, lots of vandalism, a very despicable act.
Timing was such that you can't help but wonder.
Whoever did this didn't take anything, but the 12 windows they smashed out left so much broken glass inside they had to cancel daycare services. The congregation even had to wash small bits of glass out of tubs of toys.
Sadness and grief.
Even though it hurts.
That people would target a church again and again because we want to reach out to the whole community.
They want to respond with love.
We pray for whoever did it, and maybe they'll walk through the door one day.
Diversity, inclusion, and social justice are part of their core mission.
We're not going to back off from this idea of social justice. This, I think, is emboldened us to be more supportive of the activity that the pastor has led here.
Broken windows won't shatter a church family.
Again, that was Nathan Vickers reporting. A message on the church's Facebook page says, "Hate cannot drive out hate. Only love can do that." So they choose love. We'll be right back. Take time now to honor a local veteran. Jesse Carell served in the U.S. Army. The Chautauqua, Kansas native was stationed in Fairbanks and Anchorage, Alaska. We are proud to salute Jesse Carell. He's tonight's four-state hero. Let's get a final look at tonight's KOAM News Now Insta poll. We've been asking, what's the best part of the turkey? 54% say white meat is best. 36% dark meat, and 10% they don't like turkey. This poll is now closed. Thanks for participating. Let's check back in with Doug Heddy. Doug, you can tell us the best part of the turkey or the weather forecast or a little bit of both.
Gosh, I like the dark. I think I'll eat both, and I'm looking forward to it, but I think I prefer the dark turkey. And what a day for Thanksgiving tomorrow, because we're going to have partly sunny skies, 64 degrees, a little breezy out there, but besides that, it looks great. Then we cool down some Friday and then into the holiday weekend.
Thanks, Doug, and thank you for joining us. We'll see you right back here for KOAM News at 10. In the meantime, let's take care of ourselves and each other.